Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. So in the late morning class, we saw the clouds which are caused by the sun arising out of the sun's heat, they cover the very sun as if they cover the sun. Similarly, the ajnana or the aham dihi which has arisen out of the Atma, the self, that covers the Atma. And then we sort of get caught in that chakra. So you may ask, how come a small cloud can obstruct the huge sun? It is all where you stand. When you are standing in the sun, clouds make no difference. When you are standing in the earth, removed so far away from the sun, yes, it can obstruct. So if you are one with the self, then this ahamdi has no meaning. But if you are not one with the self, suppose if you are asserting and you are living as the ahankara, the self, then it can obstruct the self actually. So till this point we have seen, right, in the morning. Now moving on to the 143rd verse. Kavalita dhinanate durdhine sandrame gaihi vyatayati hima janja vayurugro yataitan avirata tamasat manyavrute mooda buddhim avirata tamasat vrute moodha buddhim kshapayati bahu dukkhai tivra vikshepa shaktihi kavalita dhinanate durdhine sandramegaihi vyatayati hima janja vayurugro yataitan avirata tamasat manyavrute mooda buddhim tamasat manyavrute mooda buddhim kshapayati bahu dukkhai tivra vikshepa shaktihi. Durdine means in a very cloudy day or in a gloomy day, let us say. In the other countries, they really long to see the sun. Is that not so? For us, we have sun in abundance, but we curse him. But they say, today is a sunny day. Wonderful, let us go out. That's what they react. And we say, ayyo, today also sun. That is the difference. So, durdine means what? In a bad day. Bad day means cloudy, gloomy day. Kavalita dhinanate. Dhinanate, who is the Lord of the day? Who is Dhinanate? Who is the Lord of the day? Surya Narayana, the sun. He is the Dhinanathan. Kavalita, when he is swallowed, by whom? Sandra Megaihi. by the rainy clouds, when he is swallowed, then what happens? Hima janja vayu ugraihi vyatayati, and the cold wind blows. Already the weather is gloomy, and when the cold, hima janja means vayu ugraihi, and when that sort of cold wind blows, what happens? We shiver and we feel very cold and we feel miserable about it. If you don't have proper warm clothing, that is it. Very difficult to put up with the cold actually. Similarly, avirata tamasa atmani avrite mooda buddhim. So, when this veiling power, when it covers the Atma, the self, like the cloud covering the sun or swallowing the sun, when this avrita and the avarana shakti, when it covers this mooda buddhim, this fool, what happens? Bahu dukkaihi kshapayati tivra vikshepa shakti. He suffers bahu dukkaihi, meaning what? No end to his suffering in life. And all this is because of what? Vikshepa shakti, the rajas, the vikshepa shakti. See, in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks a wonderful question to Krishna. See, he asked Krishna, hey Krishna, sometimes even Panditas, great scholars, they know everything. They know what is good, what is bad. Still, why do they choose what is bad? Or why they walk in the path of the pleasant instead of path of the good? He asks this question. Even though you know it, still you fall victim to your mind and always you go in the wrong path. Why? He asks. Then he says, Krishna says there, Kama Krodha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha. Kama Yesha Krodha Yesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha. He says that is because of Rajoguna. Because of Rajoguna, they are swayed by Kama and Krodha and they cannot stand apart. They fall victim. So this Rajoguna is a Pollada Saman. It's a very dangerous thing actually. You don't understand. And in the whole world, Rajoguna is so much glorified. That is why there is so much of dukkha. There is so much of, miseries and sorrows in this world, because we think to be smart and to be rajasic is everything. But our scriptures and masters always say to be sattvic is good always. Sattvic means what? Balanced. Not going to the extremes, and moderate in everything, in the indulgence, in eating, sleeping, in even exercising you should be moderate. See, nowadays people want really good body, so they exercise very harshly and they die. At the age of 45 they die. You ask why? Because in the gym he was working very hard and top, something goes. That is why we don't exercise at all. We don't take the risk. So therefore, sattva means what? Moderation. Sattva means balance. Sattva means prakasham. When the buddhi is very alert and very penetrative, that is sattva. See, those days our grandfathers, forefathers, they respected sattva actually. But as the time passed, the modern generation, we sort of glorify only rajas. And likes and dislikes are the symptoms of rajas. And we say passion, that is rajas. So therefore, this mooda buddhim, this fool, bahu dukkaihi kshapayati tivra vikshepa shakti. He suffers because of tivra vikshepa shakti. Of this power called vikshepa, which distracts, which agitates, he suffers. See, every day at least we should spend some time to quieten this mind. If at all we want to lead a very purposeful, meaningful, decent life, we should take some efforts to quieten the mind. If you don't do that, we get up with agitation, hangover, and then start the day and then take some very important decisions, then we mess up everything actually. And not only we mess up, we shout out people and we break our relationships and our judgments are wrong. And then we go on drinking. And then what? This continues. So therefore, we have to cool down. We have to pass. They say now also, take a deep breath. Pass. All those things are very important. So I really wonder how these people live and work like this. They work for 15 hours and all. And they don't care to take some sort of mental sort of exercises like meditation and yoga and all. Somehow they live. Some people are successful also. Like this guy Elon Musk and all, he works very, very hard it seems sometimes. Hours together and all. Somehow they are successful also. But they are not peaceful or they are not happy. They are very miserable creatures. And they make everybody miserable. No doubt about that. Very hard to work with them or to be with them. So this Vikshepa Shakti, it's terrible. So the tamas wheels, then there is avidya, you don't know yourself. And then this rajas, it projects and it agitates, Vikshepa Shakti. And thus we suffer in life. So if we are careful enough to increase the sattva and reduce these tamas and rajas, then we are on the path. Then we will be able to discriminate. While we are living in the world, we should be able to discriminate. Not after everything is over, then look back and regret. No. While we are leading the life, we should be alert and we should be able to discriminate and take decisions and abide in the self, and not to get swayed by emotions or thoughts, not to get attached or not to fall for any of the objects. So this is spiritual living. See, other things can wait. Perusa patta podradhu, adallam can wait. Chanting mantras loudly as if he knows everything in the world. Those things can wait. But very important thing is this, discrimination. And then he is walking the spiritual path. So after saying this, moving on to the next verse. एताभ्यामेव शक्तिभ्यां बन्धः पुंसः समागतः याभ्यां विमोहितदेहं विमोहितो देहं मत्वात्मानं भ्रमत्ययम् एताभ्यामेव शक्तिभ्यां बन्धः पुंसः समागतः याभ्यां विमोहितो देहं मत्वात्मानं भ्रमत्ययम् एताभ्यामेव शक्तिभ्यां. By these two powers, etabhyameva shaktibhyam, by these two powers, the power of wheeling and the power of projecting something else in the place of the truth, that is the avarana and vikshepa shakti. Bandhaha pumsaha samagataha. So the bandha happens in man. The question was, how did this bondage come into existence? That was the question, na? The reply, the upadesha is because of these two powers. Power of the Maya. Maya means inherent power of the Lord. Because of that, the man is deluded. Bandhaha samagataha. This bandhanam happens. Yabhyam vimohitaha. And deluded by these two powers, what happens? Deham matva atmanam brahmati. He thinks his body to be his self, and Brahmati, he roams. Brahmati means roams in wilderness. There is no coming back. He takes his body to be his self. See, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, if you carefully study his philosophy, he says again and again, identification with the body is the root cause of all troubles, he says. See, deham means all the three dehams are included. True. But specifically, this physical body is very solid. So because of this, you get a sort of a locus standi. And you think, I am this. And actually speaking, what is our true nature? Everything I am. Everything I am. Whatever I see, whatever I hear, everything I am only. Because it's all in me. In the knowledge, everything rises, everything goes back. In me only everything. So everything is I am only. But because I identify and I reduce myself into this body, whatever is other than this body, I say it is not me. And I say it is not something, anyam, something. And that is ego. And because of that comes likes and dislikes. And then I want something, I hate something. And then I caught in this chakkar, I go on living. Deluded by these two powers, the Avarana Shakti which veils and Vikshepa Shakti which projects, this fellow is deluded and he identifies the body mind, and then he roams in this wilderness, in this jungle, not knowing what to do. If he is too much troubled, he goes to the liquor shop, or he goes out for a film, or he does something to escape, but he doesn't know actually what to do, how to handle it. Even very intelligent people don't know how to handle, you know that? So otherwise, you hear, no, the fellow got into IIT and after some time he committed suicide. How can he? If he is a bright fellow, very buddhiman, how come he commits suicide? So it is different actually. See, Buddhi is there, he is able to logically think and understand, all those things are fine. But to face life is something else. For that you need some special skills. You need all this grounding, teachings. That is not taught anywhere. For him, he has to succeed, he cannot accept failure. For him, he cannot accept breakups in relationship. For him, he is very, very brittle inside actually. So he shattered, something goes wrong. And especially nowadays, single child, only one child. So the parents, they give everything. They don't say no at all to the children. Whatever he asks, yes, yes, yes. And then when he faces no in life, he could not accept. Then he is shattered. Those days, one among the 10. So always no only, very rarely yes. And even if somebody brings 2-3 mangoes, it is cut and chop, and you get a small piece. You should be satisfied. You should be satisfied, happy with that piece. Now the whole basket is given. Eat. See, these kind of ice creams and all those days we were not having, no? The tub of ice creams they eat nowadays. My God. அப்புறம் ஏன் கொழுப்பு ஏறாது? எல்லா பசங்களும் கொழுப்பு பிடிச்சு அலையறாங்க. Why they eat so much of ice cream, so much of, chips and also the fast food, whatever. So facing life is something else. And to be intelligent and solving mathematical problem is something else actually. So therefore this Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti, it creates all trouble and this fellow suffers. And we think we are this body, very handsome I am, very intelligent I am, there is nobody like me. He is a fool actually. Because he is the infinite, he has become a very small, miserable entity. Unless you rediscover your infinite nature, you cannot be happy or peaceful. Whatever you may do in the external world, whatever you may gain, however you may become a king, but still you remain miserable for some reason or other. You may have hundreds of wives in your harem, but you will find nobody is truly devoted to you. Then it is heartbreaking. Is that not so? But if a very, very, very poor peasant, if he has got his wife very dedicated, he will be very happy. Dedicated and very loyal and very, very affectionate, he will be very happy than the king. The king fellow would be having hundreds of women. But if he finds nobody is really loving or very dedicated to him, he may be very miserable, and is always scared of his enemies. He cannot accept defeat. It is humiliation for him. So it's all problem only. Kaupinavantaha kalubhagyavantaha. Actually speaking, Kaupinavanta kalubhagyavantaha. Now, the next verse. Here Adi Shankara in the next verse talks about the tree of samsara, how the tree grows, how it is rooted, and what are its flowers and fruits, how it is nurtured. What? This is the tree of samsara. So very interesting. In Gita also it comes in the 15th chapter. Urdhva moolamada shakam, upside down it is turned. Beautiful there also, here also. Bijam samshriti bhumijasya tudamo dehatmadirankuro. Bijam samsruti bhumijasya tutamo. Bijam samsruti bhumijasya tutamo dehatmadirankuro. Dirankuro ragha pallava mambu karmatu vapuhu. Skando savashakikaha. Agranindriya sahitascha vishayaha. Pushpani dukkam palam. Nana karma samudbhavam bahuvidam. Bhoktatra jivakagaha. Bijam samsruti bhumijasya tutamo. Dehatmadirankuro. Ragha pallava mambu karmatu vapuhu. Skandho savashakikaha. Agranindriya sahitascha vishayaha. Pushpani dukkam palam. Nana karma samudbhavam bahuvidam. Bhoktatra jivakagaha. Bijam samsruti bhumijasya tutamo. What is the seed for this samsara? Samsrutim bhumijasya. What is the seed for this samsara vriksha? The seed is tamaha. Tamo guna means the ignorance. Ignorance is otherwise called as tama. Tamaha, the ignorance is a seed. Ignorance of what? Of oneself. See, when you come to Adi Shankara, you cannot escape. You cannot avoid this. Tirupi. Avidya, kama, karma, avidya. Ignorance of oneself. That is the seed. Without the seed, the tree cannot grow. That is the beginning of everything. That is the seed. Then, dehatma dihi ankuraha. What are the sprouts? From the seed, it sprouts, na? What is the sprout? Dehatma dihi. Identifying with the body and feeling, I am this body. This is the sprout. From the seed of ignorance, now the sprout has come. Dehatma dihi ankuraha. And then ragaha pallavam. Pallavam means the tender leaves. Initially some tender leaves come out of the sprout, right? So that is ragaha, desire and attachment for the anatma vastu. Once the body identification happens, then what happens? We see a world other than ourselves, and then we like and dislike, raga dvesha, desire and attachment. These are the tender leaves coming out of the sprout. And then what? And then, see, if you roast this seed, it won't sprout at all. So the vasanas are the seed. If you burn it through right knowledge, then it will not sprout at all. Okay, now it has sprouted. At least don't water it. If you water it, then it grows. What is the water? Ambu karma. The karma or the desire prompted activities, they are the water for the samsara vriksha. How the samsara vriksha goes? We involve ourselves with desire prompted activities. For my sake, I want to do this and I want to enjoy. At least there, if you offer everything unto the Lord and accept as prasada, to do it as karma yoga, then you can check the growth of this tree. But there, kanmuditanama, without knowing its consequences, we run, do this, do that, want to earn more, spend more, social standing. So, desire prompted activities, they are the waters. They nurture this tree of samsara. And then what is the trunk? Trunk of this tree. You know trunk, no? Trunk of this tree is vapuhu. The solid body is the trunk of the tree. And what are its branches? Asavaha, shakikaha. Asavaha va? Yeah. Asavaha means the pranas. They are the branches. When the vapuhu is the tree, then branches must be the pranas. And then in each branch, still there are some twigs, right? It branches out twigs. What are those twigs? Agrani, indriya sahitaha cha. All the sense organs, they are the twigs in that individual branches. So the sense organs are the twigs. And then what is the flower? Vishayani pushpani, Vishayaha pushpani. So the objects, sense objects are the flowers. Flowers are always attractive, na? Very soft to touch, very attractive to watch. So similarly, the sense objects, Vishayani, they are the Vishayaha, they are the pushpani. So sense objects are the flowers. And what is the phalam? What is the fruit? Dukkham phalam. How beautiful, see. What is the fruit of the samsara tree? Dukkham phalam. This is the punch, you know. At the end, what is the fruit? See, why you grow a tree? For the fruits. Okay, it has branched out, okay, fine. And then there are, twigs, and then there are leaves and flowers. Everything is beautiful. At the end of the day, what is the fruit you are getting out of that tree? Dukkham phalam. Swamiji, this philosophy is very negative, Swamiji. Always Ipapar saying dukkham, dukkham, dukkham. It is not negative actually, it is yathartham. It is the reality actually. See, if we are intelligent enough, we will understand. This is the reality. Dukkham phalam. Actually speaking, while we grow in age, we are actually scared every day. What we are scared, we don't know what is going to happen to this body. Would I fall sick or what? I don't know. And I am not very sure what will my children do. Will they take care of me or not? Every day is passing by. What will happen to me? This is the worry, continuous worry of the elderly people. What they say, Swamiji, I don't fear death, but I should not be bedridden. I should not fall ill. If your prarabdha is that, you will go away like that. But if your prarabdha is otherwise, what anybody can do. So there is always a gnawing worry within. What will happen, what will happen, what will happen. And even after death, we don't know where we go, what happens. See, while we are living as a youngster, the persecution of lust and passion, we run, want to earn more and more and more, and show to the world what I am capable. And we want to impress the opposite sex. And all those stuff. And there is no end to kama vyavahara. You are persecuted by kama. So the love and lust persecuted. And after that, responsibilities, duties. And it is not as you expected, it is different. You have to adjust, accommodate, give in, sacrifice so much. And you so much put all your heart and soul in that dirty child, and then you suffer. The child is not up to the mark. So if you see, actually speaking, where is the peace? Habadana ஆறுதல் எப்போ இருக்கும்? See, in between we watch some movie, we go to some parties, அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா? அங்கே பார்ட்டியில் போனால் கூட we find other person very happy and we are very miserable because he is happy. How come he is happy? And he is wearing wonderful dress, everybody is appreciating it, nobody is looking at me, and he is coming in a wonderful car, posh car, and I am in the Maruti 800. I hate that car, Maruti 800. It is not even a dabba, it is something else, and people are very proud. Swami, in the Indian traffic, this is beautiful, this is wonderful. What wonderful? It is insult to our nation. People are angry at me or what? Yeah, I know people are angry at me. But it's insult to our nation. Poor nation. Already people talk India is a poor nation. And you go in that Maruti 800. You cannot even enter into it. You have to bow down, stoop low, and then enter into it. And you cannot put your legs also anywhere. You should sit like this. And it's a pleasure. They call the pressure car. It is pain car. I don't know why I talk this way. So there is dukkha so much, and you aspire for something better, and your goalpost changes. You run, and reaching where we don't know. So therefore, there is so much of dukkha. So dukkham phalam, and even worse than the Maruti 800. Other thing came a nano. It is neither an auto nor a car. It is an illusion of a car. It is actually an auto only, but another one wheel is extra. Auto means three-wheeler, na? Somehow it has got the fourth wheel. That is all. And sides are little closed. Auto is open, na? It is illusion of a car actually. Poor man's car. And it was shown to Obama and Michelle Obama, it seems, when they had come to India. They were wondering, how can you get a car like this? Is this a car? Bekar. If you go to US, God, it's all like trucks. The cars are so big, huge. And they have got everything huge. Even their bodies are huge. The ice cream they take like this, and they eat the whole tub. My God, I wonder, they eat whole tub, they finish it off. And coffee like this they drink. So whatever you enjoy, at the end of the day, dukkham phalam. Nana karma samudbhavam bahuvidam. Nana karma samudbhavam bahuvidam. And then what happens? After that, from the fruit, what comes? The seed. Seed is what? Vasana. Then, once again, karma. See? Nana karma samudbhavam bahuvidam. So, once again, you are prompted into action, and once again, the phalam is dukkham only. And who is the bhokta? Who is the bhokta? Means who is enjoying or who is suffering? Kagaha. Bhokta atra jivaha kagaha. The jiva is the bird which is perching, eating the fruits. So at the end of the day, this jiva is a bird which is eating the fruit. At least the jiva, if it is intelligent, if it doesn't eat the fruit, sakshi matram, then the samsara is destroyed. Samsara is not. So therefore, this is the tree of samsara. So either we should handle it in the causal level. We have to roast the seed, no more vasanas. Or at least we should not water it through wrong karmas, desire prompted karmas. Or at least we should not feel that karma phala is everything, because it is dukkham only. Phala means dukkham only. We should remain as a sakshi. But we don't understand anything. We have not been taught. We have not wondered. We have not pondered over that. And we remain as a poor, miserable ego, jiva. So that is our lot.
How to roast proceed?
That is vasana kshaya. How vasana kshaya happens? If you don't indulge in it, if you don't resist or fight against it, if you just allow it to pass. I told you another day, when the vasanas are expressing as desire, if you watch it and observe it and allow it to pass, it is gone. But we don't allow it to pass. That is one thing. Second thing is, through right knowledge, when you get out of this body-mind identification, then in the self, the vasanas cannot operate. So you should understand this. The vasanas can operate only in the field of egoistic existence. Triputis, experiencer experienced that triputi only it can operate. In the mind only it can operate. When you go beyond the mind and you are avoiding the self, there is no platform for the vasanas to operate. You understand? So vasanas are gone once and for all. That is the idea. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, there is nothing purifying like the true knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. Please understand, in this world there is nothing purifying as the true knowledge. Knowledge is purifying. If you have the right knowledge, you are purified. What is the right knowledge? I am the pure self, not this body mind. So that is the way to go. Again and again to remind ourselves. This is Marana Nididhyasana, means what? To remind ourselves again and again. It's not doing japa, but you should be aware and alert and to educate oneself again and again. Then moving on. Ajnana mulo yanatma bandho. Yamanatma illa. Anatma bandho. Okay. Naisargiko nadirananta iritaha. Janmapyaya vyadi jharadi dukkha. Pravaha patam janayatyamushya. Ajnana mulo yanatma bandho. Naisargiko nadirananta iritaha. Janmapyaya vyadi jharadi dukkha. Pravaha patam janayatyamushya. Ajnana mulaha hi anatma bandha. So what is the moolam, root cause of this bandha? Ajnana mulaha, ignorance is the root cause of this anatma bandha, of this identification with the anatma vastu. That bandhanam is caused because basically you are not aware of your true self. Naisargikaha, you cannot say it is natural, it is self-created. We only identify with the body mind. Nobody says you are this. We take it for granted. I am this.
Parents say it's
Yeah, they say, yeah, true, I agree with you. But parents don't say very explicitly like that, but they tutor that way only. I agree with you. But actually, means for some reason, it is very spontaneously we take this body to be ourselves. It is all self-created. Very spontaneously we take the body to be ourselves. The Naisargikaha. And it is called as this Ajnana is called as Anadir Ananta Iritaha. It is Anadi, beginningless, and this Bandha, Ananta means and endless, as if. It is only as if. It can be ended through right knowledge. This bondage caused by the not self is as if endless. But this can be ended also. Iritaha. And how it troubles the jiva? Janma, apyaya, vyadi, jaradi dukkha. Then what? He is born, and not only born. Once when he is born, it is very, very clear that he is going to die. Somehow we are all sure that we are going to die only. So that is there deep in our heart. See, we give ourselves some time, there is only another 20 years or 15 years. We tell ourselves, so whatever has to be done, we have to do it before that. So the sword is hanging above the head. So, and you know what? When you grow older and older, the health also goes for a 6. All your plans are, gone. Because something which is unknown factor, suddenly something happens. You get up one day, something goes wrong, and you do not know why it has gone wrong. It has gone wrong, sometimes forever. Very difficult. That is why when we are healthy, when we are sound in mind, we have to practice and we have to walk this path. We cannot postpone it. Vyadhihi, so much of vyadhi, and jara. Jara means what? When you grow older, the old age and senility, you may forget things. And one of the devotee told me, Swamiji, he was 80 at that time. Swamiji, you can never understand the troubles of the 80-year-old man when you are 40. He said, very difficult, he said. When you try to wear your chappal, your fingers, your toes won't go in. So either they have got so much of problems. They cannot tie their lace actually, Somebody has to help them. You cannot bend. If you bend too much, you may break. So it's so much of a difficulty actually. So jara, somehow they drag and live married. That is why this health is wealth, they say. But even though if you are exercising healthy, but still jara is very difficult. And you find one by one all your friends are going away. Yat gatva nanivartante. And your kith and kin all going away. That is really very difficult. So you sometimes feel very lonely. You may have your grandchildren, but they have their own lives. You may have your children, but they also are very busy. Because that is the age where they have to work and earn. So everybody is there, but nobody is there. See, I tell you, very pathetic, very sad. Everybody is there, but nobody is there. How long you can look at the face of your wife? You have been looking at for how many? 30, 40 years. Meaning, you have spoken everything. There is nothing more to speak also. What else you can talk? See, that is why I tell these youngsters. See, don't go on talking before marriage, After engagement, every day 5-6 hours. Alright, then what will you do? After marriage, what will you do? If you finish everything now, there is nothing to talk. Have something, something very, surprising. Yes, we have something surprising later. That she will be shocked. See, then what else to do? We don't know. How many times you can go to the temple? Same God is there also. Yo Rama. But different alankara. Thank God. So what else you can do? So it is trouble only. So this is dukkha. See, Guru Paduka Puja. Every day same mantra is chanted. Every day same thing is done. Swami, is it not boring to you? Every day you are eating. Every day you are going out. So, that is how it is. But you know, for intelligent people, to do the repetitive jobs, very boring only actually. Mechanical it becomes, after some time it becomes, unless you have that devotion. If you have real devotion, then it is a different story. If the devotion is not there, it is sort of a drill. They say in a drill. Every day morning, these people go through some drills. Something like that. It becomes a drill. So this old age also, very troublesome. And you know, this COVID time, my God, already the old age is very difficult and nobody is allowed near you. What a dukkha. And you die a very painful, lonely death. And after that also nobody can come near you. And cremated. Oh my God, that is all very, very scary actually. I was really scared because no bed in the hospital, no oxygen. Hurry, what will you do now? So, jara, the all dukkha pravaha padam. Tapama padama. Tapam nangirka.
Both are there, Swamiji. There is a footnote in this book.
Ah, okay. So both means the same. Janayati amushya. So this tapam, so much in his heart, and he is roasted by all these tapas. All because of what? Ajnana moolam. Ajnana is the moola, root cause of everything. And then the identification with the body, anatma bandhaha. And then it leads to all these things. The bodily changes, we think it is our own. And the mind's agitation, we take it as our own. The intellectual doubt, we take it as our own. See, when there is a doubt in the intellect, for an intelligent person, he cannot remain quiet. He cannot remain peaceful. Unless he resolves that doubt, he cannot be peaceful. But the knack of the intellect or mind is, it will create new doubts. Every day a new one. Chalo, suffer intelligently. For a very lay person, there is no problem. For him, no doubt. What is there to doubt? God is there. He is taking care of everybody. Chalo, live a good life. He has no problems. Intelligent person has got all the problems. Where is God? Is there God? How do you say there is God? Where is He? What is He doing? Then suffer. Then moving on. 5 more minutes. 147th verse. Nastrairna shastrair nilena vahnina. Nastrairna shastrair nilena vahnina. Chetum na shakyo na cha karma kotibhihi. Viveka vijnana mahasina vina. Dhatu prasadena sitena manjuna. Nastrairna shastrair anilena vahnina. Chetum na shakyo na cha karma kotibhihi. Viveka vijnana mahasina vina. Dhatu prasadena sitena manjuna. Na astrena, na shastrena, not using any astra shastra, you can destroy this ajnana, this anatma bandha. See, there is something called as astra, something called as shastra. You know what is the difference? Once when you leave the astra, it is gone. It hits the target and it is gone. There are certain missiles which hits the target and comes back. That is the difference between astra and shastra. So, Any amount of astra shastra you have got, with that you cannot destroy this ajnana. Anilena, vaknina. Anilena means with the wind. See the nature's fury. Sometimes wind is really terrible. So with the wind you cannot. With the fire you cannot burn. What? This ajnana. Chetum na shakyaha. Nacha karma kotibihi. By doing karma kotibihi, you cannot chetum, you cannot cut it. The samsara vriksha, you cannot cut it asunder. How so many karma you do, even punya karma you do, the punya will accumulate and you will go to heavens. Because punya also you are doing with the idea of I am the doer. And it is good for me, for my future. So that also, how much soever you do, that also will not cut this samsara vriksha. Then, Viveka Vijnana Mahasina Vina, without using this Mahasina, this great sword of Viveka Vijnana, of discrimination and the right knowledge, without this you cannot cut this samsara vriksha. And that too how? Sitena dhatuhu prasadena. Sharpened. Sitena means sharpened. By what? Dhatu prasadena. By the purification of the mind and the intellect. So it is not only Viveka Vairagya, that is the sword, but that should be sharpened by the purification of the mind. The mind should be pure and buddhi should be restful, not restless. Dhatu prasadena. Only when the antakarana is purified and restful, then you can cut the samsara vriksha with Viveka Vijnana. And without this Mahasina, this sword, this samsara vriksha can never be cut. So therefore, the only way to go is Viveka Vijnana. So through proper discrimination and right knowledge, this tree should be cut. And this sword should be sharpened through what? Quietening of the mind. How to be quietening? How to quieten the mind? Through japa, through dhyana. When the mind is quietened, then this sword becomes very sharp. Asanga shastrena dridena chitva. With one shot, you cut it asunder. Dridena, firmly you cut it asunder. That is what you said. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudhachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.